What's plucking, you beautiful people? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. We played a lot of Football Manager. Champions League football is back. Things have not been as good as they should be, in my opinion, but we'll talk all about that. Hit like, subscribe, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Let's jump in the game. Here we are into the game. And like I said, it hasn't been a pure sailing at all this season. Currently sitting in third place in the Bundesliga. 6 points off the pace of Bayern Munich, who have played 8 and won 8, including beating us 3-2 in a game. We also lost to Schalke, which was a bit of a shocker for me. But we're not doing bad. We're not doing bad. We have managed to score 30 goals, which is great. Downside is we've conceded 13, and there's a bit of a reason for that, especially in the last 2 games specifically. We'll talk all about that in a moment. What we are going to talk about first, though, is the transfer history. Of course, last time out, we had just gotten to the start of the season. We confirmed a lot of signings. In fact, £206 million spent. We sold 229 million worth of those. Talk about some of the players that have left the club, and most notably, if I can find him, a big sell that you guys didn't see in the transfer special. If you have watched the transfer special, I suggest go back and watch it. Of course, Daniel O'Shaughnessy was the big one there that left, but since his departure, we also sent Nelson Silva out on loan. Stutz went on loan. Heiser was sold to Hoffenheim, and then the big one, Gui. He moved to Arsenal. They triggered his 49 million release clause. He downright refused a new contract, no matter how much we tried. Just didn't want to sign a new contract. So Gui has left, and he's been absolutely phenomenal for Arsenal. Not in the Premier League, but in Champions League football. I mean, 2 played, 1 scored, 7-10 is not a bad return. We did make a £3 million profit off of him. Was a fantastic player. I really liked Gui quite a bit. And then a couple of other players, some youngsters that we have signed that have gone out on loan. In terms of players we've signed, we did sign a replacement for Gui. And it is Simone De Blasi. Yeah, 28-year-old Italian. Bought him in from Real Madrid, a jumping reach of 20. I just like him. I like him as a ball-playing defender. Yes, I know his first touch and his tackling and his passing aren't great, but his positioning and teamwork of 16 and 17 respectively really does help me. Ignore the downward arrows. We did spend a lot of money on this guy, 49 million, in fact, literally the 49 million we've got from Gui. And you know what? He hasn't been bad at all. 6 starts in the Bundesliga, 2 goals for us. Yet has also played 2 games in the Champions League as well. I mean, he's not a bad player. He even had a good run at Hoffenheim a couple of seasons ago. Real Madrid bought him for 34 million. Had a very good season. 14 games for Real Madrid. An average of 703 is not a bad return. Came to us. He's now our highest earner, £115,000 per week. A few other players we can talk about that we have signed that you guys obviously didn't see. The first one being Douglas Manfredi. I don't know if you saw him, but he did come in as a backup to Gui at the time. He's now the backup to De Blasi. Average player. Don't think he's going to be starting too much. We then did get 2 new midfielders in. Francisco Pilas from Uruguay recently. Bought him from Inter Milan for £30 million. He transferred from Nacional a couple of seasons ago for 2.8 million. Didn't wow at Inter, but he wowed me with his stats. He is just a very good attacking midfielder, and I think he's a very good replacement for Daniel O'Shaughnessy. And then on the other side, just for a bit of extra backup, we got Murtada Overland here, £65,000 a week. Bought him in from England. I think he came from Nottingham Forest for 5.5 million. Only played 6 games for Forest. Before that, generated at Chelsea. You'll notice the face pack. Yes, I finally decided to pull the trigger and get a proper face pack. I know you guys have been arguing about me in the comments, but we did it. Then a couple of other youngsters we brought in, maybe ones for the future. First one, Simos Kostis a Greek youngster, under 21 cap, very good, lots of potential, like the look of him. Brought him in from PAOK for 3.6 million, instantly loaned him back to Pantelenikos to develop, 17 years of age. Lasse Niedendorf, currently in our team, 18-year-old goalkeeper. We just needed more goalkeepers. 4 million from Bayern Leverkusen. He might feature, but because we'll talk about that. Another player that I like, I don't understand why he doesn't have a picture. He just gets a white dot. Frederick Dale Arce, very good Norwegian youngster, 18 years of age. He's sent on loan to Ingolstadt in the 2nd division and getting some game time there, much needed game time. And then a couple more signings. Omar Helgeland, a Norwegian 18-year-old, currently in the squad. Nobody wanted to loan. I tried to loan him out. Nobody wanted to buy him, but I think he's a very, very good right wing, potentially better than Emre Michael going forward. Antonio Pereira is another centre back that we brought in from Portugal, 16-year-old, too young to be loaned out. Bought him for £500,000. And then Thomas Martinsen, another goalkeeper, Norwegian goalkeeper, coming into the squad here. He's gone back on loan to HamKam, where we bought him from for 3.6 million. Very, very good goalkeeper indeed. And then we have a few more. Yeah, I didn't stop at those 5. We decided to really spend the cash, and I've got a whole bunch of players coming in. First up, Jonas Torok, a 15-year-old Hungarian, will be 16 when he joins us. Very, very good centre-back. I like the looks of him quite a bit. We also then have Carlos Yalo coming in there as well. Very good attacking midfield. I'd put him maybe more a playmaker type style. Bought in from Benfica. We got him coming in there. He's costing us, what, I think he was 7 million. Torok was 1.5. Then Brias Codina from Albacete, rather, in Spain. Just under 1 million from him. A wing back on the left-hand side. I think we can develop his crossing and dribbling, but physically he is a beast of a player. Then joining him, a fellow Spaniard in David Lafuente from Besquinoa, costing us 7.25 million with add-ons and a whole bunch of stuff. Good left winger. Can hopefully develop into something great. Couple more signings. Hamza Abozovic, he's a Bosnian and Herzegovina youngster. Like the looks of him. Bringing him as a sort of right winger option. Maybe he's in a striker. Could even potentially move him into the midfield and train him there. And then we've got 2 that I'm very, very excited about. The first one we talk about is a Japanese youngster in Haruto Moshunziki, 17 years old. Got him up for a bargain. I think this guy could develop into a very, very good right wing back. If we can just improve his crossing and dribbling, he could become a very, very good option. And then the one that I'm most excited about, the Czechian 16-year-old Andrej Kreska. Centre back, 186 meters at 16 years old. Already a jumping reach of 13, headering of 11, bravery of 18. This man, as a just out-and-out proper centre back, I think he could be an absolute monster in that defense there. We did have some offers from Michael Stwoski and Bibi, which were all rejected respectively. The BB one caused a bit of a problem because he wanted to go to Manchester City. He's now happy again to continue with us at Union Berlin. In terms of the results and everything from, of course, last time when we lost to Atletico and Bayern, I've played a lot of football, and a lot of football indeed. We landed up beating Ravensburg 9-0 in the Pokal first round. Eintracht Frankfurt 3-1 on this one. Olwabi, our new man, picking up a brace in that one. Bayer Leverkusen dispatched of them at 3-0. Olwabi yet again on the score sheet. Alan Carr with a double. Then a little bit of a weird result. We lost to Schalke 4-2. We were up 2-0 in this game, and they just absolutely... No, so we were actually 1-0 down. We got up 2-1 at one stage, and then they just absolutely dismantled us in the last couple of minutes. St. Pauli was a good backup. 6-2 in this one. Olwabi with a brace in this one. Overland picking up his first goal for the club, and De Blasi picking up his first goal for the club as well. Atlanta in the Champions League was a 3-1 loss. Unfortunately, It was made a lot more challenging when BB got sent off in the 5th minute of the game. And you can see they absolutely took full advantage of that. In the roundup leading up to the next game, we did beat Dynamo Dresden 5-0. Alan Carr picking up 4 goals in this game. And then went on to beat Galatasaray without BB, a 5-1 drawing. And then Arnold picking up 2 goals in that one for us. Carl Schuler beating them 5-2. Alan Carr with a hat-trick in this one yet again. They had 2 sending offs in that one, by the way. And then we lost to Bayern Munich. You'll notice the goalkeeper, John Cool, is in the goals there. They did beat us 3-2. They scored all their goals in the 24th minute. We made some subs. I did have to play a couple of other players who needed to be rested. And then Stuttgart, we smashed them 4-1. Raul, Alan Carr, Olwabi, and De Blassie all picking up goals. Today, though, we're taking on Tottenham Hotspurs in the UEFA Champions League league phase. Then we're going to jump about 3 weeks ahead to Real Madrid. That's right. We will have a Real Madrid Champions League game today. Tottenham and Real Madrid coming up today. In terms of just the team news and everything, like I mentioned, Cool was in goals. That's because Carrier had picked up an injury. He's still out for another 4 more weeks. Our £100 million goalkeeper. Absolutely fantastic to see. Satkowski has just come back from his injury. Bagliev, he's still out for another 6 months with a torn ACL. Very, very unthing. Nyaki and Nidorf are the only other 2 players not available for this game because they were not registered. Does mean Ortega can come on the bench and Satkowski can come on the bench there. This is the team that's starting against... it's not the team that's starting against them. There it is. Now it's the team that's starting against Tottenham Hotspurs. Going to be Cool in goals. Koistra, Maisis, De Blassie, Cesar, Villar, Overland, Rao, Bibi, Oluwabi, and Alan Carr. Can we bring him on? Is he allowed to play? He is allowed to play. Okay. We get a little sub-goalkeeper thing there. But this is the team that is starting. In terms of goals scored, no one is better at the moment than Alan Carr. In 12 games, he has scored 17 goals for us this season, 5 assists. This man is an absolute demon in front of goals. So much so that a lot of teams in England are looking at him. And then Olwabi, our signing from Arsenal this season, cost me £24 million. Arsenal never played him for some reason. Don't understand it. 19-year-old Englishman. Hopefully, he was called up to the England squad. Didn't get a cap, though, but 12 games, 10 goals, 3 assists. Was something we're missing out on that left-hand side. BB with 4 goals, 5 assists. Raul, 3. And then Arnold, De Blassie, and Overland, both all with 2 goals. And then Griffin, Carvala, Koistra, and Pilas, all on 1 goal each. In terms of assist, there's no one else better than Villar and Cesar, both with 7 and 6. Alan Carr, BB, Overland, and the rest making up the numbers. But let's face it, without Alan Carr, this team hasn't been great. We do have that young striker in Prokopek, who I am giving some minutes to. He's played 2 games already for us this season. And we're trying. He's actually played what? He started a game in the Bundesliga because Alan Carr was injured for 1 game. That was the game against Schalke where we lost. There's that. Anyway, taking on Tottenham. It is a Tottenham Hotspur team that we need to be a little bit wary of, I think, in terms of who they are. Currently sitting 3rd in the Premier League. Enzo Mascara is their manager. That's interesting. They do have Luca William Barnett. Very, very good attacking midfield / striker. 72 caps from England. He is 32 years old. Maybe not as fast as he once were. And then, of course, Lucas Bergvall, another man who getting on in age as well. They're all still real players, by the way. Gabriel Meck is also a very good player and a very real player. So, yeah, very old players in this Tottenham team. But like I said, currently sitting 3rd in the Premier League. By the way, Liverpool got relegated. Still haven't been promoted again. That's something interesting. Who won the season last season? Chelsea, Arsenal. That's when Liverpool got relegated. They came dead last. Still sitting in the Championship. They do have this guy who's actually very, very good. Sergio Mondragon. I did actually look at him in case BB left. he was probably going to be the next choice. And there was another player that I looked, I think it was him, yeah. Foskey is another good player that I did see about them. But anyway, talking about Union Berlin and Tottenham Hotspurs. It is a game, and we are going, where we go? We are going to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They're still playing at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? It must be, right? The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. There we go. Taking them on. Let's go to the game. Right, we're about 10 minutes into the game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Not much has happened. I did notice Miguel Cabanero, the player that we tried to sign from Ajax, as a potential backup option, or actually a potential starter. I was going for playing that central role ahead of Lombardi. He opted, obviously, to go to Tottenham back then, and I forgot about that, but there he is. This is William Bonnet, though, for Spurs, and they move it forward, trotting and trotting around there. Traore with the chance. Archie Gray with the opportunity. A 34-year-old Archie Gray getting the best out of Cool, who, of course, is a former Tottenham Hotspurs player, by the way. Started from their youth academy. So a bit of a return for the young Englishman. Archie Gray to Gabriel Mack. Looking for options. This time Koistra or Klean. Looking for Bibi, who's big and tall and heads it to nowhere. Gaspard. That is also another player we once upon a time looked at, was Gaspard. From Tottenham, actually, I think a couple of seasons ago. I could be wrong. Check if it is that same Gaspard. I think it might be him. Ellen Gaspard? Nah. Yeah, it was him. The one from Dortmund. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I thought he went straight to Tottenham. I didn't realize he went to Real Madrid first. Here we go again. Anyway, Tottenham moving forward. Bergvall looks for Williams Bonnet. Seems at the moment they're all over us at the moment. Vuk Pitsek finds Bergvall. Takes it in, and that is a good finish. Oh, it's going to be a long 3-4 weeks, I think, for Cool. Do I question the goalkeeping here? I don't know. It's a good pass here. Overland and Messiah's miscommunication. Maybe the keeper should have done a little bit better as well. Maybe meet up Bergvall there. I think it would have been a little bit better. Cool. We'll just drop to pick it up. I mean, he could have just passed it across to Kustra initially. Didn't need to give Spurs some time to recoup. Cesar. Gaspard. Finds Vuk Pitek. Gabriel Mack. Ferrer. Good ball for Vutek. And that's another goal. Well, the referee has his ear in his hand in his ear. I mean, yeah, I did think it was a goal. I wasn't going to say anything, but it didn't look offside. Yeah. I mean, his head is a little offside, isn't it? This is going to be one of those games. You know, our quest for a treble is not looking great at the moment, is it? The second treble in a row. I mean, Gaspard to Gray. Traore. Bergvall. The good ball for Gabriel Mack. I mean, he should have finished that. He really, really should have finished that. He had a lot more space and time than he actually believed he had. That should have been a goal for Mack. I'm just saying it should have been 3-0. We should have been, yeah. I mean, 2 quick goals in 3 minutes really has set the tone for Spurs at home against the Champions League current holders. Not a bad showing from them. For us, though, I can't really just blame everything on Cool in the goals. The team has been absolutely poor, to be honest. And I think that is evident. Bergvall. Gabriel Mack oversteps his run there a little bit, goes back to Hanno. Gray. Gaspard. Looking at the bench and you're thinking, like, do I have anyone on this bench that can turn a game and potentially get us back 3 goals now? And my answer to that is no. Maybe Pilas and Bushden might be the options. But other than that, I just don't see anything happening at the moment. Gabriel Meck now for Spurs yet again. This time Koistra does actually manage to get a tackle in. Cesar to Overland. Goes over the top looking for Alan Carr. First time really seeing Alan Carr with the ball at his feet. And he beats his man. Alan Carr cuts back. Looking for options. Finds Overland. Finding Rao. Sven Rao. Pulls one back. And that's what we need. That is exactly what we needed. A good little pullback here from Alan Carr. Picking Overland. And picking up his midfield partner in Sven Rao. The young German wonder kid. Getting on the score sheet. Putting it in the back of the net. Still need 2 more though. Really, or at least 1 more. If we can score 1 more, then there's a little glimmer of hope that we can come back in this game. Pear. Looking for options. We've been on good goal scoring form lately though, so I mean our last 3 games we've always scored at least 2 goals. Bergval's shot well wide in the end. Do we make some picks? Oh, Wabi's been absolutely poor on that left-hand side. You know what? We're going to have to make some swaps. Yeah, players are looking a little bit poor. Bibi and Olwabi both looking very bad. Arnold and Imre Michael coming in there to help them. Cesar has been absolutely horrible. Sitkowski come in there. Let's make those 3 swaps for now. Hopefully they can trigger something, and maybe there's a miracle in London. Gabriel Meck goes back to Milano. Gaspard. This is Caballero. Alcaraz. This is good passing from them. William Barnett, the man we said we need to look out for, takes an opportunity and a good save from Cool. Things you love to see. 18-year-old goalkeeper returning to Tottenham Hotspurs and making an important save. Although granted the first 3 he should have saved as well, but it would have been better. That was so bad. So bad from Villar. I don't know what he was doing there. And oh, who was that saved him? That guy there. Whoever that is. Not Dick Pick. I lost him. But I think it was Messias. There he is again. Doesn't let me. There, Overland. It was Overland who helped him. Helped him get out of jail there a little bit, wasn't it? Right, still another highlight. There's so many highlights in this one. Vuk Pikek, Milano, Gaspard, back to Caballero. Goes back. This is Alcaraz. He's got Villar for company. Pulls it all the way back to the edge of the box. Barnett to Bergval, and another good save from Cool. Really helping us stay in this game a little bit longer. Like I said, we need that goal. We need that 1 more goal just to help us break out. That's a good save from Cool. Good save yet again from Cool. It is an offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. But Cool is putting in some good saves for us. De Blasi going long. Looking for Alan Carr. Can't find him. Finds Kustra on the return head. Imre Michael. Sitkowski. Kustra. Overland, Michael. Good ball through for Alan Carr. I mean, that could have easily been 3-2 there. And any other day of the week, Alan Carr puts that in the back of the net. And there, Rao with a good save, a good shot, and a great save from Dina. That was something special. You know, do we go for it? I mean, we're losing 3-1. Might as well go for it. You know, 10 minutes left in the game. I am going to do something a bit crazy. I'm going to sacrifice one of the defenders. Go play out of position. The question is which defender. Question's on 668, 660. Mine's is on a 666. I mean, it's going to be De Blasi, isn't it? We're going to sacrifice him. Then I am going to bring on... You know what? You know what? We'll play as 2 strikers. Why not? We've got a channel already. as a centre forward. Get up there. Get that goal. Get that goal. We are stretched thin in this one. Let's do something amazing. Why not, boys? You know what? Villar is looking very tired. Schumacher come in there. Elsewhere, Overland is looking very tired as well. We don't have any more swaps. Okay, well, we'll do that. Last 10 minutes. Let's absolutely go for it. Playing a 4-2-4, basically. I don't know, 2-4-4? Whatever you want to call it. They're playing as inside forwards. We're literally just overloading that center of the box. Maybe something happens. Maybe something doesn't happen. Nothing has happened. We had to go for it. We had to go for it at the end. It is a 3-1 loss in the end. You look at the stats and you think, we weren't that bad, you know. We weren't that far behind that sort of play. And it annoys me just a little bit. But we are taking on Real Madrid in our next Champions League game. It is a game that we probably need to win now, considering we've lost 2 in the Champions League. But I do have some Bundesliga games and a Pokal game to get past first. We'll do those off camera. We'll see you guys for the Bundesliga, for the Real Madrid game. We are back for the Champions League Real Madrid game. Listen, I know it's been a minute. It's taken me a whole week to get to here. I've just been so busy with life. But that has all been explained in terms of what has happened in the past. From the Tottenham loss 3-1. We drew with Wolfsburg 0-0. Cesar picked up a long-term injury in this one. We then needed extra time to beat Hoffenheim 3-2. After we went 2-0 up thanks to Wabi and Rao in the 24th minute. They pulled 2 back. We scored in the 118th minute. Diego Villar picked up a long-term injury, so he's out. And then against Arminia Bielefeld, this was a funny match. We scored in the 35th minute. They also scored in the 35th, like almost an instant reply. They then, sorry, they then went up 2-1, and then had to bring on some big guns to try and get us over that line. I did play a fully rotated squad in that sense, but I did have to bring on the likes of Koistra, De Blasi, Rao, and Alan Carr just to try and get us over that line. In the end, we do take on Real Madrid. In terms of the Champions League, we are not doing well at all. 3 played, 1 win, 2 losses. Sitting in a lonely 28th place. The best at the moment is if we win everything, we could still sneak into the top 8. But when we look at our fixtures, the likes of Real Madrid sit there. Lyon and Benfica, all very tough games. We should be beating Anderlecht and PSV with no disrespect to them. But in terms of the starting line, you can see I did a full rotation from the previous game. Give me a moment. Let me put back the original team. And there we have the original team that's starting up. We're going to have Kuhl in goals, Koistra, Meisers, and De Blasi, Sitkowski, Villar, Overland, Rao, Bibi, Oluwabi, and Alankar. A little bit hard done for Pilas, unfortunately. I think Rao is the better player, so he does come into that position. And then we are going to be short 2 people on the bench. A goalkeeper is one of them because we can't play a goalkeeper because Niedendorf is injured and unregistered. Carrier is still injured. He's only due back in another 2 weeks' time. Cesar, 7 weeks. Bagliev, we know, 5 months. Villar is fit enough and 100% fit condition-wise to continue in this game. So let's take on Real Madrid. All right, we got a kickoff highlight by the looks of it. 17 seconds in. Normally it ends, and Rao trying to get in there on Mainhardt, who is their number 1 goalkeeper. Mainhardt, by the way, is a player I was looking at, a German youngster. Well, youngster is 25 years old. He has played very, very well for Real Madrid. Of course, came through PSV and originally from Dortmund. We looked at him, I think it was for Royal Antwerp, actually, back in the day. We're looking for goalkeepers. And I think he popped up on my screen as well before I signed Carrier. He is a very, very good goalkeeper. It's going to be taking a lot of effort from our side to break him down. Bibi finding Owabi, who finds Alankar. And that was a good chance. It was a very, very good chance to try and break this deadlock early on. Mainhardt putting in a huge save there. Had a look at the rest of the team. Mastunando is still playing for them, by the way. 33 years of age. He is absolutely a beast. The other man we need to look for is Jose Reyes, also a real player, by the way. Very, very good. Aged a little bit, so there is a lot of aged players within this Real Madrid team. Kenan Yildiz is another one who is on the higher side of that age spectrum, but they do have a very, very good defense, and I mean, that was this close. That was very, very close. Is that Kessie the actual? No, Issa Kessie's a regen. Okay. I just want to confirm Yildiz, 35 years old. And Zapico, he's 30 years old. So a regen at 30 years old already. Stimodis is another right back that I was looking at. Victor Stimelidis. I actually trying to buy him from Real Madrid. He rejected us and decided to sign a new contract with the Madrista back in the day. I think it was actually this last transfer when I was looking for, when I bought Sitkowski, actually. Koistra, Sitkowski now, moving it forward. Looking for options. Sitkowski brings into BB, back to Koistra. Plays it across to Rao, takes the opportunity. I mean, that was a very similar goal to what he scored against Hoffenheim. Just outside the box, good strike from him. Rao has definitely stepped up a lot this season. Was complaining of lack of game time. Decided to give him that game time, and he's now started to really shine exactly like we wanted him. He is a wonder kid for a reason. He did come, I think, in the top 5 of the next gen. So really putting his worth there. Alan Carr, though, bringing it forward. Our Brazilian goes down in the box. That is a penalty. Don't think it'll be a red card because he was literally going out of play, but I think it will be a penalty. Mateo is protesting. He was the man that brought down Alan Carr. Referee gives us the penalty. Alan Carr will step up, pick up the ball, mate, put it on the spot. Can we score just before halftime? 5 minutes left to play. Alan Carr stepping up. Alan Carr takes it, and Mainhart. I mean, when penalty kicks are saved like that, when they just hold on to the ball, you have to wonder, like how good is this goalkeeper? He just held on to that ball like it was absolutely nothing. We've been the better team. I'm going to say I'm not happy with the team because I want those chances to be converted. And at the moment, we are just not converting those chances. We're not laying the hammer down. You can see 17 shots, 6 on target. Real Madrid have only had 1 opportunity in this entire game. They've made a whole bunch of subs at halftime. Zakaria Salgado and Mengelagi have come on. We're just not getting in there. I'm going to shout words of encouragement. I feel like with the amount of opportunities we've had, we should be winning. Nothing has happened in the second half so far. I'm going to make some swaps. I'm going to look at players. I'm looking at someone like Bibi, who hasn't really performed. Michael can come in there. Elsewhere, Villar is looking super, super tired. Schumacher come in there. I don't have someone for Sitkowski. Overland looking very tired. Bushten, you can pop in there. We'll do those 3 subs for now. I mean, if push comes to shove, we can move Koistra to the right. And we can bring on Ortega, Carvalho or Ortega. They could easily fit into that position. Striking-wise, I think we just need a clinical finish. And we've got a lot of them in Bibi, Alan Carr, and Alwabi. Rao is a good finisher. Pushteni is a good finisher. They're just not finishing, are they? I'm going to demand more. I need them to do something here. Mainhart with the short ball to Zakaria, their substitute. Bring it forward to Reyes, who's moved over to the left. Mastunwano moving it forward for them. Mensingali, Zapico. This is a good ball over the top. Looking for Reyes. Finds Reyes. Sorok with one of the worst shots you've ever seen. Ever. It wouldn't have counted if it went in. He was well offside. Sorok, 29-year-old Spanish youngster. Is he Spanish? I'm guessing so. Can't see the badges. The badges are just too small to see there. I'm going to make some more swaps. Alan Carr is not performing. I'm going to throw in Prokopik. He is a good player. Elsewhere, I'm not going to make that other swap. I think just the one swap. I need to find something. 6.3 from Alan Carr is not great. And you know what? The last 5 minutes, we're going to go very attacking. We need to push. The subs haven't made. If it does, I'm going to cancel it. Salgado to Mainhart. Goes short. Zakaria. Mastuano. Sarak finds Zapika with lots of space for Madrid to do something out. 3-4 men in the box. Going to the farthest one. And Reyes brings it back to the middle. Sorak gets dispossessed. And a crucial tackle there from Bushten. A little bit of a sigh of relief, I won't lie, but I feel like a draw is not going to be good enough for us. I think we do need to win this one if we really want to be in Champions League contention for the next round, at least to get in the top 8. It is going to be a draw. You know what? Considering our form lately and the fact that we don't have our first team goalkeeper, I'll take it. I will obviously take that. It's not a bad result. Feel like we could have done better. Please tell me the game has not just jammed on me. No, it hasn't. Okay. PSV got a shock result, so that might be a tough game coming up. In terms of when we're coming back for the next video, I feel like I'm just going to play a lot of game and we'll come back for the Lyon and Benfica towards the end of the Champions League. And then we'll play it by ear from there. I mean, there's a lot of football to be played. And like I said, I'm trying to go through it quite quickly this season. So yeah, Lyon, Benfica, that seems like a decent little Champions League game. Maybe we'll throw in the Leverkusen game in as well. We'll see you guys there. In terms of what it means for the league position, it does mean we just sneak into the top 24 on goal difference. But I mean, we should be doing better. We really should be doing better. Anyway, we'll see you guys then. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hit the like button. Tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters to subscribe. Your boy, the Vuslap, is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.